social media. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lakitatsharpe's famous, exclusive, inspirational channel. I am so happy that you have decided to join me on today. So I welcome you. Hello, everybody. I am so excited that you are with me on today. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be at any station, at any channel, but you are here on today. And I am so grateful to be in this seat on today. I am so grateful, let me tell you, because so many people are not as fortunate to be where I am right now. So I give honor to God, and God knows. So you guys, check out all of my books over at Amazon.com. There are over 100 books for you to choose from over in my name. Check out 2 of my life stories, Unstoppable and the Lakitatsharpe success story, from struggle to success. And yes, and it's just very touching right now because I've been through so much in life, and just to be here on today is quite a blessing and an honor to be here. So you guys, check out all of my books over at Amazon.com. Like I said, there are over 100 books for you to choose from. I just came out with my 146th book today, titled Coming Out of Your Comfort Zone and Being Great. That is definitely a book for you to check out as well. That's available right now over at Amazon.com. And the title of that is Coming Out of Your Comfort Zone and Being Great. So check out that book over at Amazon.com. You guys also add your name to my email address, and you can receive the latest blogs and latest newsletters. So you can check that out as well. So we're going to go ahead and get into this, into the meat and potatoes, let me say. So you guys, we're going to talk about dealing with financial anxiety. Dealing with financial anxiety. And, you know, when we talk about that, we're talking about financial anxiety. You know, anxiety, when you feeling anxiety and fear over your finances. And you're having fear over your finances. You know, you're really going through, and, you know, when you look at your phone, or whenever you get a message, or, you know, a text message, or whenever you get any message, you just, you get anxiety. You get anxiety because you're like, oh my God, you know, can I afford to pay this bill today? You know, can I afford to take care of, you know, all of these bills that's coming my way, you know? And it's really hard sometimes, right? It's hard sometimes when you go to the cash register and you are having anxiety if you haven't, because you don't know if you have enough money to pay your transaction. I know the feeling. I know the feeling of, you know, about to swipe a card and you don't even know if it's going to go through because, you know, you don't know if you have enough money on the card, and you hope and you pray that the money is on the card so you can get your transaction. I know what it's like. You know, for many years, I suffered tremendously with financial anxiety and having anxiety with finances. You know, in this post, you know, I have the my book that is titled God and Your Financial Difficulties and Rising Above It. Again, that's God and Your Financial Difficulties and Rising Above It. See, God, I'm going to put the book on the side of the screen so you can see it, and you can order this book over at Amazon.com. Again, this book is titled God and Your Financial Difficulties and Rising Above It. And I just want to take a moment to say, God, I'm grateful. God, I am thankful, because many people, like I say, I saw, there's a homeless person that's literally living outside of the church that's not too far from here. And is this really not a good situation to watch? And, my heart goes out to people who are really at the bottom and really have had a really, really hard struggle and a hard time, but with God, anything is impossible when you make up your mind and decide to help yourself. Again, check out my book, God and Your Financial Difficulties and Rising Above It. So check out that book over at Amazon.com, God and Your Financial Difficulties and Rising Above It. Have you ever had a certain amount of money on your credit card, and then, you say, hey, I got this amount of money left, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy myself. Then all of a sudden, something come and take the money out. A bill come and take the money out for a bill. So now you're left with $3. Now you thought you had $12. You thought you had $20, and now you're only down to $7. Now you're only down to $3, and you're like, how am I going to make it for the weekend? Matter of fact, how am I going to live off of for a week? I met someone, and someone had me pray for them. They had to only had $20, $16 to last them for 2 weeks, because garnishment had took their money. So now they were stuck and having to survive for $20 for 2 weeks. Oh, see, I'm like, oh, okay. You will overcome this. You will make it through those 2 weeks, because I had to survive with no money for weeks. Not having no money for a week on week, and had no money, period. And so I know what it's like to be at the bottom of the barrel, to be broke with no money. I literally, as I was chasing my dreams, I had to learn how to be broke and to struggle in order to get to the place that God wanted me to get to. I knew that place might be a fantasy in my mind, but I knew that it was realistic, because God said that I will take you to a place where it's flowing milk and honey, and that you will have flowing milk and honey, meaning where there's food, plenty to eat, where you will have, much. You don't have to worry, because everything is just flowing to you. That's the place that God is trying to get to you in your life, where everything is flowing to you. The money is flowing to you. Opportunities are flowing to you. Things are just flowing to you effortlessly, and things are just coming your way. And I'm talking about advancement. I'm talking about movement. I'm talking about, taking you to a better place in your life. And yes, that place does exist, to go from being at the bottom and moving your way on up to that place that you want to get. Check out my book, okay? Get a copy of this book, and, there's something in that book that I am going to say, and that is going to help you, and it's going to pull you a step ahead. Remember, reading is good for you. Getting wisdom is good for you. I want you guys to love wisdom, because she will be good to you. Remember. So check out my book, God and your financial difficulties and rising above it. Again, that's God and your financial difficulties and rising above it. I'm going to repeat, God and your financial difficulties and rising above it. So yes, I know what it's like to be filled with anxiety, to be full of anxiety because of finances. It's a hard road when you don't know how you are going to make it from the next day to the next day. There's been many of times I didn't know how I was going to pay my light bill. And I just knew that the next day my light bill was shut off. So I had to go outside and get the help that I need and to pray. And God always made a way. I was always able to fight that date before my lights get turned off. And God has been with me throughout the journey, every step of the way. And I'm like, you know what? I got a roof over my head. If I gotta do what I gotta do until I get to where I gotta go. And I made sure I was doing my videos, make sure that I was showing up every day and doing the work and putting action to where I needed to do, putting action to it, and not just talking, not just complaining, but putting action to what I had to do so that I can make a better life for myself. At least put myself in a better position where I'm not struggling financially. I done struggled financially. I know the financial struggle all too well. I know broke, I know broke. I know broke where I've been so broke and people just like prancing their money around me because they got money and I am just broke. Just plain broke. So I know what it's like, honey. I get it. I know the broke story. I know it and wrote the books about it. I actually have a book titled Don't Spend Another Day Broke. You can check out that book. Go to Amazon.com. Check out these books. I even have a book, Lakitatsharpe, Successful Money Habits. There is a book right there. You can check that book out. So there's books for you to check for in my name that are, that will help you and give you the wisdom. There's something that I'm going to say that's going to be an aha moment. There is something that I'm going to say that's going to be a light bulb moment, and you're going to be like, aha, that is it. She said something to, bring me to where I need to go, So, I want you guys to know that you will rise above it. You will make it through. As surely as the wind blows the trees, there is hope. As surely as the wind blows the trees, there is hope for your life. Okay? No matter what you are going through, no matter what you are dealing with, no matter what is happening in your life. Okay? So, let's take a breath. Let's take a moment. I feel I need to take a deep breath. So let's take a breath. So let's inhale. Close your eyes and inhale. Exhale. Do it again. Inhale. And exhale. You see how that feel? Just as easy as that, God can take your financial worries away and your financial anxiety and difficulties will get better. Well, I gotta go. We are the chosen ones. We do right. We live right. We make a lot of mistakes, but we are the chosen. We are